Intuition is a powerful thing, but it will require our willingness in order to have it. To know ourselves, to know nature, to know our nervous system, that is where we will always be home. Knowing and noticing for ourselves. Paying attention to what we could never ignore. That is when we know we are in contact. That is how we know we are living as partly, at least partly, as ourselves. The presence of that inner knowing, the presence of that place that we can't ignore, the place of feeling the truth, knowing it viscerally in our nervous system, in our veins. That is the place of home, and that is the place that we are convinced is wrong. And that is the difference between the flow and the plan. That which constricts our potential out of fear and distrust. The difference between the plan, which is aka the grid, which is formed out of a distrustful relationship with ourselves, our nervous system, and the knowingness within it. That is the flow, and that is our actual self. The flow as our actual self is an inner knowingness and inner feeling that stretches throughout all creation. Not just within ourselves, it's something that we can feel within ourselves and within one another. I can seek myself in you, whoever's watching. And you can seek yourself within me. There is no separation. And it is all truth in that place, which is only in our nervous system, in that inner feeling of knowingness. Versus the plan, which is chaos and confusion, disorder, and the grid. The truth is not just a simple action and reaction anymore. It's not something that you can just say and people can just simply take you for what you're saying. It's something that we can now find deep inside of ourselves, a visceral place of understanding and knowing that cannot be overshadowed by logic, the plan. So, in essence, the inner dragon, all of these metaphors that people keep talking about, all of that place is our actual identity and is the truth that we will never be able to ignore. And that is the new conversations and the new discussions we'll be having, because we can seek the truth within all of us, and it will actually be the same truth within all of us. There is no separation from the place of intuition, from the place of flow within the whole entire universe. That is the way it communicates, and that is the way it exists. Everything else is a fluctuation. Everything else is a plan or a grid of discomfort made comfortable Relationships that normally should have been resolved through shadow work have been made into entertainment and removal of oneself, from their own life. So in essence, having the conversation that supports who we are in our nervous system, not the one that discourages us from that inner knowing that we have. That is going to create an extra magical life. Sure, intuition is great, knowing something is great and all, knowing ourselves is great and all, but it only comes when we are willing to have it. If we're not willing to have ourselves, if we're not willing to have the truth, we will have no satisfaction. We will have no knowing relationships, and we won't be able to be ourselves in this lifetime. Only through a willingness will knowing happen for us, and we can exist in flow and not from the plan or the grid or the removal of ourselves. And yes, magic is real, and we are dragons.